How do you plead to the charge in count 1 of the amended felony complaint of violation of Penal Code Section 187A?
I'm guilty.
And for clarification for the record, that's going to be in the second degree?
Yes.
Sir, do you admit that you committed a violation of Penal Code Section 187, Subdivision A, a felony, in that on or about August 5th of 2025 through and including August 14th of 2025 in the county of Riverside, state of California, you did willfully and unlawfully initials EH, a human being?
I admit.
Ms. Haro, you have the right to have your preliminary hearing heard within 10 court days concluded within 60 calendar days of your arraignment. You waive those rights and agree instead that your preliminary hearing would be timely if held within 10 court days of January 21st. May I be ordered back to this department on January 21st for felony settlement conference.
We now direct our attention to the ongoing legal developments in California, where the mother of the missing infant, Emanuel Haro, has made another appearance within a formal courtroom environment. Rebecca Haro is currently confronting serious legal allegations connected to the tragic circumstances surrounding the loss of her 7-month-old son, following her initial reports to governmental authorities that the infant had been abducted. The spouse of Haro, Jake, has formally acknowledged his personal involvement in the distressing incident in a proceeding earlier this month, while Rebecca has consistently upheld her originally entered plea of not guilty. The recent judicial session represented a matter of considerable legal importance, Judge Ashley, as the proceedings have been administratively delayed for an additional period. The mother of the missing infant Emanuel Haro was formally present in a Southern California judicial chamber today, formally petitioning the court for a further postponement of her scheduled settlement conference, now moved to a date in January of the coming year. The previous court date for Rebecca Haro had been rearranged subsequent to her husband's unanticipated modification of his plea arrangement, an event which transpired immediately prior to the commencement of his own scheduled settlement conference. During the earlier part of this month, Jake Haro, who has publicly recognized his participation in the tragic event, formally submitted a guilty plea pertaining to the circumstances surrounding 7-month-old Emanuel. You might remember that previously in August, both parental figures were officially presented with multiple charges encompassing child endangerment and deliberately supplying inaccurate information to police officials. In today's developments, Rebecca Haro provided her formal agreement to delay her settlement conference by a substantial duration of 85 days. We should now examine the officially documented verbal exchange from the courtroom. Ms. Haro, you maintain the full legal right to have your preliminary evidentiary hearing carried out within a span of 10 official court days and completely concluded within 60 consecutive calendar days starting from your initial arraignment date. You are intentionally and knowingly surrendering these specific legal rights and are concurrently agreeing that your preliminary hearing shall be deemed legally timely provided. It is scheduled within 10 court days following January 21st. The court has officially scheduled our return to this judicial department on January 21st, specifically for a formal felony settlement conference. At this present moment within the legal process, there continues to be no definitive signal indicating whether Rebecca Haro, who is the biological mother of the infant, is actively pursuing or contemplating a formally negotiated plea agreement with prosecutors. Nevertheless, both the critical settlement conference and now the mandatory preliminary hearing have been officially rescheduled until the concluding part of January. This series of delays represents a substantial development within the broader legal framework of this case. Regarding the legal implications of Jake's formal entry of a guilty plea, we must examine the subsequent phases within the established judicial process for his situation. is officially required to reappear in court proceedings on the upcoming Monday. November 3rd has now been calendared as another crucially important date, since it is currently officially designated for conducting his formal sentencing proceedings. During the Monday session, we can reasonably expect to observe the delivery of emotionally impactful statements from affected parties, and possibly a prepared formal declaration from Jake Haro, who has legally admitted his involvement, before the official pronouncement of his judicial sentence. Haro is currently facing a possible incarceration period ranging from 25 years up to a lifetime term within a state penitentiary system, although the final sentencing decision remains entirely at the discretion of the overseeing judicial authority. Because his plea alteration was submitted directly to the judicial authority without prior negotiation with the Riverside County District Attorney's Office, how do you officially and formally plead regarding the accusation detailed in Count 1 of the modified felony complaint, specifically a transgression of Penal Code Section 187A? For precise documentation within the permanent legal record, that charge will be officially categorized as second degree. Sir, do you formally acknowledge that you perpetrated a breach of Penal Code Section 187, Subdivision A, classified as a felony, wherein approximately between August 5, 2025, and continuing through August 14, 2025 within Riverside County, California, you deliberately and illegally caused the death of Baby Doe, identified by the initials A, a human being? I formally enter that plea. We have obtained the official audio recording from that specific judicial hearing, accompanied by a photographic image depicting him apparently showing visible emotion while positioned within the courtroom. The physical remains of the infant Emanuel have not been discovered at any point. They continue to remain unrecovered. During the Monday session, Haro will possess the formal opportunity, Judge Ashley, to present that statement and potentially disclose knowledge regarding the infant's geographical location. He has legally conceded his participation in the incident related to the infant, and it is important to recognize that a presiding judge lacks the legal power to force any person to provide statements, including specific information about the infant's whereabouts, though there remains optimistic sentiment that he might voluntarily choose to provide such information. We extend our sincere thanks for your time and attention in following this complex case with us. Your engagement is crucial in keeping the focus on seeking clarity and understanding in this ongoing legal process. We highly value your perspective and encourage you to share your thoughts and insights in the comment section below. Your contributions help foster a thoughtful discussion, so please let us know your analysis of the recent developments. Please like and subscribe for my channel and hit the bell icon.